This is the story of Ruth and Naomi. It is a story of loss and hope, a story of sorrow turned into joy, a story that shows how God works through ordinary people to fulfill extraordinary purposes. The book of Ruth is short, but its message is powerful. It teaches us about loyalty, faithfulness, humility, kindness, patience, and redemption. It also reveals how God is always at work, even when life seems empty and broken. 1. A family in crisis. There was a severe famine in the land of Israel. Because of the famine, a man named Elimelech left his hometown, Bethlehem, with his wife Naomi and their 2 sons. They traveled to the land of Moab, a foreign country, hoping to survive. While living in Moab, tragedy struck. Elimelech died. Naomi was left alone with her 2 sons. Later, her sons married Moabite women. One was named Orpah, the other was named Ruth. For about 10 years, they lived together. Then tragedy struck again. Both of Naomi's sons died. Naomi was now a widow with no husband and no children. Ruth and Orpah were also widows. The pain was deep. The future looked empty. Lesson 1. Life can change suddenly. Sometimes life changes without warning. Loss can come unexpectedly. Even faithful people experience hardship. Naomi did nothing wrong, yet she lost everything. This reminds us that suffering is part of the human experience, but God never abandons his people. 2. The decision to return home. Naomi heard that the Lord had blessed his people in Israel with food again. She decided to return to Bethlehem. She told her daughters-in-law to go back to their families in Moab. Naomi said, "My daughters, return to your homes. May the Lord show you kindness." Orpah wept and eventually returned. But Ruth refused to leave Naomi. Ruth spoke one of the most powerful declarations in Scripture. "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. Where you die, I will die." Naomi saw that Ruth was determined and allowed her to come. Lesson 2. True loyalty is sacrificial. Ruth gave up her homeland, culture, and future security. She chose loyalty over comfort. She chose faith over fear. True love and commitment are proven in difficult moments, not easy ones. 3. Return to Bethlehem. Naomi and Ruth arrived in Bethlehem at the beginning of the barley harvest. The town was stirred. The women asked, "Is this Naomi?" Naomi answered, "Do not call me Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty has dealt bitterly with me." Naomi believed her life was empty, but she could not see what God was about to do. Lesson 3. God is working even when we feel empty. Naomi thought God had abandoned her, but God was preparing restoration. Sometimes we interpret pain as punishment, but often it is preparation. 4. Ruth goes to work. Ruth said to Naomi, "Let me go to the fields and gather leftover grain." This was allowed by God's law for the poor and widows.